Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Kyra and I am a recovering beauty guru. What does that mean, you ask? Well, for the last 6 years, I spent consuming beauty content, buying makeup like it was going out of style. But now I'm trying to track what I have, use what I have, and most importantly, change my mindset about my makeup that I already have and just get down to the enjoyment of it now that I have all of this. One of the ways that I do this and track this is project panning, and today's video is a Project 10 Uses update. The reason I love this project so much is that I'm using products 10 times and then I'm rolling them out and rolling new products in so that more of my collection is getting touched and loved throughout the year of 2024. So you may remember in the past that I had combined the Project 10 Uses with No Pan Left Behind, but since I introduced my Project Level Up, I decided to split the videos. I'm going to update Project 10 Uses all on its own, and then I'm going to do No Pan Left Behind and Project Level Up updates together on the 10th of the month, and these will be coming on the 5th of every month. So with all of that said, I'm going to put on my eyeballs because I do have my computer in front of me, and I'm sorry if the ring light in my glasses might be bothersome to some of you, but I can't see very well without them. One of the ways that I do this project a little bit differently than other folks is that in between the monthly updates, I'm continuing to roll new products in when I meet goal on products that are already in the project. Reason being, I have a huge collection. If I wait for monthly updates, I'm only going to get through a fraction of my collection this year, and that's not the goal of this project for me. So I will, however, I always screen record when I'm rolling in products randomly to any project. So I will have those up on the screen for you as we go. And I think we'll go ahead and start with a couple of things that I rolled out without meeting goal. And hear me out. So I had rolled in the intro like 5 blush options into this one project. In future, I think I would rather not do that, but I'm not for sure exactly how I'm going to facilitate that yet. I ended up with 2 red blushes in the project at one time, and granted, I love red blush. This one is very similar to its packaging. I love red blush, and I love these blushes specifically, but I just found myself not using them. I think I used them each one time, and that's because red blush does not look good on my pale skin, my pale post-winter, early spring skin. So I do want to use these for Project 10 Uses, but I'll probably wait until summer. So for now, they're rolling out without a goal met. And you might also remember I also had a red eyeshadow that rolled in the intro as well, which I also rolled out without meeting goal, but we talked about that last update. All right, so let's talk about the products that I did meet goal on since the last update. I'll again have my wheel up showing you that I did in fact roll products in at random. But the first one is my Maybelline Lifter Gloss in Pearl. Love this lip gloss. It was absolutely not a task whatsoever to use this 10 times. I did that very easily. This is a beautiful iridescent white silver kind of clear gloss, so it looks beautiful over nearly everything, and I was very excited to make use of that for 10 uses. I also had rolled in my Wet n Wild eyeliner. It's the Breakup Proof eyeliner, Breakup Proof, waterproof, in the shade Brick Brown. It is a kind of a burgundy eyeliner here, and again, this was not hard at all to make use of for 10 uses. Although it's funny because from month to month, more and more, I'm seeing how much 10 uses really is. Like, it feels like a lot for some products, and of course other products not as much. I also was able to hit the 10 use mark on my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer. This is a really nice full coverage concealer. I have all of my NYX concealers in the shade Vanilla. However, I will say this was getting quite light for me, and I'm glad that I was able to hurry up and get my 10 uses and roll that one out. One that was really exciting for me was my MAC lip pencil in the shade Strip Down. This is a lip liner that I really had in my mind as something I don't like. But honestly, through using it in this project for 10 uses, I found that I really do like it, that I have to pay a little more attention to what I pair it with versus some of my other nude liners, because it does have a little bit of a kind of a yellowy undertone to it. And so, but I like it. And that's one of the great things about project panning, is that sometimes you find out that products that you had in your mind palace of makeup under the category of don't like that very much, you end up finding ways that you like it. So I was very happy with that one, and it rolled out. So another product that I did meet goal on, but as a result of that meeting goal on that, I have decided to declutter this product, and that is my ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Sailor. This felt like and looked like it had hard pan on it when I rolled it into this project. And I have seen some people talk about how if you take a Super Shock shadow and you kind of break it all up, like you're gonna repress it, but then press it back in the pan, sometimes it can revive things and help you to be able to use it for a little bit longer. That was not the case with this one. I did in fact crunch it all up and put it back in here. And I'll show you, it's a little bit better than what it was, but you'll see it right away as I rub my finger on the top of it. It has sealed off, and I just found that I wasn't getting the payoff. As you can see, you can barely see it, but I also realized that I have something very similar that is way better and that I will absolutely reach for every time over the ColourPop product, and it's this Moira Lucent Cream Shadow in the shade Jupiter. Let me show you this. And this is going to be a light swatch just to give ColourPop a fair run, but they're very, very similar. And I love this shadow. I wear it all the time. So I am going to part with the ColourPop Super Shock and Sailor. I'm not going to try and pass it on to anybody. It doesn't work well enough to do that. And it's very, very old. So this is going to be going in my empties, in my beauty trash. Next was a product that I rolled in between updates, and it's this e.l.f. Hydrating Core Lip Shine in the shade Happy. I actually really love this product, and this had already become kind of my dedicated purse lippy because it's something that's easy to apply on the fly without a mirror. It's, you know, kind of a neutral shade, so it goes with pretty much everything. And so I'd had this in my purse for a while, so it was absolutely, especially since last week, my daughter and I went to a concert, and then my daughter sang in a musical for 2 shows, 2 nights in a row. So between all of that, I knocked out 10 uses on that one very, very quickly. And then the last goal that I met actually today was on this Complex Culture Blush Duo, which has been in since the intro. And it's beautiful. It's just not really the blush tone that I'm necessarily looking for right now in the spring. This is gonna be awesome during the summer for sure. So as a result, I kind of used mostly this one. I did wear this one once, but I did decide that was just too much for my skin right now. So I did mostly use this nude shade. I also found a couple of ways I really enjoy wearing it. I mean, I do have it on today, like I said, and I do like to pair it with the Tower 28 cream blush in Magic Hour, but with the cream over top of the powder. So those are all the products that have rolled out because I have met my goal since the last time. So now we're going to talk about the products that are still in the project, but I have progress on, and then we're going to roll in a few new products. And I finally got my wheel set up on my iPad so we can do it live. So the first product is this Sydney Grace single in the shade Blue Mist. I've used this 3 times total in the project, once in the first month and twice in this last month. I haven't quite found a way to incorporate it in some of my palettes that are in my No Pan Left Behind. So hopefully I will just continue to slowly and surely make progress on that one. I will say in the future, I'm not going to allow single eyeshadows to roll into this project because my overarching goal this year is to touch every pan of eyeshadow that I own. And so I'm just going to have these in the No Pan Left Behind wheel. And if I don't think they're on my wheel anymore, but who really knows after this last crazy week of my life. But regardless, I have 7 more uses to go on that one. Next, I have my Patrick Ta blush duo in the shade She's Baked. And if you haven't heard it before, these 3 shades are all available individually, but they don't sell the palette anymore. I kind of count these as individuals, even though they're in the palette. She's Baked rolled in, and I have used it 3 times total, and I only used it once in this last month, and it was the cream, I'm pretty sure. But the reason being is it was so incredibly similar to the blush I was using in this duo that I was like, instead of splitting the difference between those 2 similar blushes, I'm gonna work on one, roll it out, and then I'll work on the other one. So 7 more uses to go again on that one. And now we're on to the rest of the products that have been rolled in since the last update that I'm still working on. So the first one, and I was very excited to see this one roll in, is my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I have the shade Bronzer here. I love my butter bronzer. I was hoping, that I would get to use this soon. I do think this might be one that I work on hitting pan on this year because, again, I have an overarching goal with my bronzers specifically to hit pan on as many as I can this year, so this might be on the short list for that. Next, I had 2 blushes roll in, and they're very similar. I don't know how. And again, I still have multiple blushes in this project, but I rolled in these 2 blushes, which are very similar, but actually pair together really beautifully. So the first one here is the ColourPop Super Shock blush in the shade Between the Sheets. This is one of my very favorite, not only ColourPop blushes, but blushes in general. It's a beautiful everyday shade that goes with a lot of things. I have hit pan, like Big Pan, and this was a fresh one that was gifted to me. And then I also had rolled in the MAC Sheer Tone blush in the shade Blush Baby. Pretty much a very similar shade, maybe ever so slightly less warm tone than the ColourPop, but I do like the ColourPop with this over top, and so I have used both of these once, but I really enjoyed the effect of them together. I swear I did use them another time after that, but I did not record that, so it doesn't count. Another product that I was very excited to have rolled into this project is my e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. I'm currently panning 2 foundations, but one's actually a tinted moisturizer and the other one's a skin tint. And then the primers that I have in projects are both hydrating primers. So not always the best primer to go under the foundations that I'm panning. So I was very happy to have this, just to help keep things on the face for a little bit longer than a hydrating primer might. And lastly, I have rolled in my Milani Baked Bronzer in the shade 05 Soleil. This is a relatively new product to me. In fact, you can probably see around the edges here some like gold kind of overspray. That is not there the further down you go. But this is a relatively newer product to me. I just got this in January as a part of my birthday. I'm excited to use this for 10 uses, but I have not used it at all yet. So we have 7 products currently in, and we're gonna roll in 3 new products. And I'm very excited to be able to do that live with you because, again, I finally got my wheel over to my iPad because I do film on my phone. I don't know if you knew that or not. but I do film on my phone, have since I started YouTube 6 years ago. It works for me just fine. And spin 3 times, starting here. Oh, we got the noises even. That was not planned. We have the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. The NARS Soft Matte Lip Balm in Touch Me. That's cool. And the MAC Lip Pencil in Soar. So a couple of lip products and a highlighter. Let me pull those out and I'll be right back. All right, so I have the products here. This is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Soft and Gentle. It's a really pretty peachy shade, but it does have some sparkle in it. But I'm just glad that this, because it's a lighter color, I'm glad that this got rolled in now and not like midsummer or something like that, because this can look a little icy on my skin once it starts to get some natural color to it, even with sunscreen. So I'm excited to work on that. And I only have 2 highlighters in other projects, so you know, that'll give me a little variety. Next, we have the MAC Lip Pencil in the shade Soar, and this is kind of a mid-tone rose shade, kind of similar to the one that I have on today, but it is a lip pencil that I really enjoy. And then lastly, the NARS Soft Matte Lip Balm in the shade Touch Me. Actually, it might go well with that liner, but it's just kind of it is a matte tinted lip balm, which I love. And I don't get enough use on this one. So I'm very excited that I will have this one, you know, in for 10 uses. And that is it. There's a lot of products to talk about, because I do roll things in between updates. So not too shabby. I met goal on 7 products in the last month and rolled out 2 without meeting goal. So I'm pretty happy with that. There are a lot of products that may or may not have been pulled by me organically to use on a daily basis. And I really love this project. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I love updating my project pans, and stay tuned because next week I am going to be sharing with you my project panning journal, what it looks like on the inside, how I track things, as well as how I store my project pan items, which you would have seen a little snippet of in my beauty room tour. But beyond that, I hope you'll subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any of those fun future videos. And I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful makeup days, and I will see you in the next video very, very soon. Bye.